when I hear both your stories, a phrase just comes to mind. Your purpose is definitely greater than your pain.
But what if I hate doing it, I don't like doing it, I don't want to do it, but I love the outcome?
My two boys are so smart to tell me, Mommy, we are not your participants. You don't have to train us.
The same. You also?
Yeah.
You're saying the same.
That sounds like a coaching question. I'm not going to answer it.
From your point of view, what's the opposite of love? Our tendency is we will think about hate. Yeah, but this philosopher say no. He said the opposite of love is.
Hi everyone, welcome back to our next episode on Mythbusters. We are Se-Ibu, and we are going to talk about myth number 2, which is you must love what you do. So ladies, do you agree with this statement? You must love what you do.
Wow. It's very deep.
Very deep, right? You must love what you do. Okay, I would say 50-50 as a mom, working mom, right? 50-50, because sometimes you get to do what you love to do by doing the things that you don't love to do.
Okay. Rephrase. Too deep for us.
Yeah, sorry.
Must be something in the tea. Yeah, I think what we love to do would probably constitute 20-30% of our ambition or vision of ourselves.
Right.
But the other portions are things that we have to do so that we get to do what we love to do. Yeah, so for instance, accounting, doing taxes and things like that, right? Some things that you have to do so that you get to do what you love to do, which is painting, having that financial security, working with clients, doing training in the classroom or coaching. Yeah, that's my take of it. Because sometimes we do get disillusioned by saying that we always have to do what we love to do, right? And hence you will see a big pile of laundry in my house.
You do it because it's necessary.
Necessary, and you have to do it so that you can look good on the days when you need.
Yeah.
That's an interesting one.
Yeah, true. Well, I was kind of like contemplating what I should say for this myth. But after hearing from Shireen, which I agree that we must have certain portion that we have to do. So relook at this statement. You must love what you do. So what I'm challenging this statement or this myth here is not the word love, but it is a word must.
Oh.
We love what we do, or sometimes we have to love what we do, but definitely not you must love what you do. So that's kind of like a bit too harsh and too tight that we do not have rooms to adjust.
Yeah, but we hear it so often though, right?
Yeah.
So often.
Yeah.
And that famous quote, right? You must love what you do, then you don't have to work for. It doesn't feel like work, right? It doesn't. You don't have to work for the rest of your life. So I think this has been also incorporated or indoctrinated into our younger generation that there are a lot of things that people are not willing to try just because of that perception. It may not be according to what they would love.
True.
How would you know what is love is if you don't know that you hate it?
Oh, so true.
Today you talk very clean, huh? I'm the cup. Must be the cup of tea. Come, cheers. All right. Let's get deeper. Let's get deeper and deeper. All right. So what do you think about that? I'm trying to understand what you just say. Okay, don't mind.
It's that dichotomy of things, right? So when you are broke, then only you will know the value of money.
Yes.
When you are overweight, then only you will know the value of mobility and health. Right? And when you are older, then only you can appreciate youth.
Right. Yeah.
So
I get you because a few years ago, I read from this philosopher. He say this. Okay, let you all guess this. What is the opposite of love?
Oh.
Yeah, what is this philosopher say something like that? But okay, I'll give you all what he said later. But I think from your point of view, what's the opposite of love?
Mm.
Our tendency is we will think about hate.
Mm.
Yeah, but this philosopher say no. He said the opposite of love is indifference.
Yeah,
Yeah.
indifference.
That means you do
Indifference.
not
I
have,
agree.
like what you said just now, you do not have that drive in you anymore.
Mm.
Everything is like that lah, very much
Yeah,
like a zombie
yeah.
state, right? So that is actually the opposite of love. If you still have hate, meaning you say, still Bergelora inside, that kind of thing that you want to do something. That's so I find quite true.
Yeah.
So on my side, hearing what both of you said, it triggered me to a new thought. So like you said, sometimes have to do it. You have to do it or you want to do it. But what if I hate doing it? I don't like doing it. I don't want to do it. But I love the outcome.
Mm.
Oh yeah.
So I'm driven to do something because of the outcome.
Mm.
You know, like as trainers, I think none of us woke up or when we are 18 going through college, we say, hey, I'm going to be a trainer one day. We stumbled into this profession either by situation or sometimes it just blended in with us. Like I'm from the finance background. I'm a finance person through and through. You name it, I've done it, except for taxation and treasury, everything else, corporate finance, financial reporting, all that. So I didn't wake up thinking that I would end up as a trainer. So I love my job. I definitely love my job. I do not necessarily like the process of getting there, but I cherish the outcome if it is a good outcome. So that's where I'm seeing it. So if you ask me, do I love what I do? No, sometimes I stay up very late at night. Sometimes I don't even sleep. You guys get emails from me at 4 or 3 in the morning, right? So every job, well, ladies out there, every job is the same. Every job is difficult. Yeah, there's no such thing as easy in that sense.
Yeah.
So I would like to ask you your thoughts. What do you think about that? Like, you didn't really plan to be a trainer initially, right? But do you love what you do? And what is it that you love about it?
For me, interesting experience of mine, being an introvert. Okay, I'm an introvert, okay?
I would never have imagined.
Okay, being an introvert, this is what I went through. When I first joined our ex company, I had my orientation in Singapore. I joined the company because I like the way they talk, full of learning. That makes someone like me curious to want to learn more and know more about this industry. And the outcome I was envisioned then was, okay, I stand up the stage, people hear what I say and all the things. So that kind of like motivated me a little. But being an introvert, to be up there and train and talk, that's to me a real struggle. So I remember during the days when I was in Singapore for my orientation, we were informed that we needed to do a training session, just 30 minutes only. Some more co-train with someone else. Before I came back to Malaysia and said, Dada, you can start training, that kind of thing. So when I got that assignment on the first day, I said, dialogue. Half an hour. And it was just a small section, 1 page only, And I took 3 months.
Wow.
3 months, every night, I really clock half an hour in front of my desk.
Just to prepare for
Just to prepare for it. That time, when my boyfriend then, my husband now, was working in, ex-boyfriend, was working in JB. So when he came over to Singapore and visit me, every time, dinner time, very kanchiong. Go back already, I need to prepare. So I didn't really, and then I quickly go back, 8:30, sharp. Wow, prepare, 9 o'clock, okay. So 3 months just for that half an hour. Even after that experience, it did not kind of take off very smoothly. Yeah, every time when I was assigned to take a certain class and all those things, I will start to get worried. I will start to get worried 2 weeks before the class. Oh, coming, and then start to look at the participants list. Oh, okay. Wow, this one, this title. Wow, that one. Wow, and then whoever gonna be in the class, and then read the feedback for. Oh, they say like this. Oh, wow. I went through that for almost 10 years. Imagine that.
10 years.
Imagine that. Yes.
I would never think, Lily, because you are such a natural.
I know, right?
You must have loved what everybody look at me. You must have loved what you do. You must have loved what you do. But this was how I started. Then over the years, it has been always fear. It has been always fear deep inside me whenever I needed to train. But over the years, I sense I picked up the skill. I picked up the skill along the way. And when I'm able to counter that fear, I'm becoming more and more natural I start to unleash my potential. But the transition or the journey wasn't easy.
Yeah, agree. And I would like to add on to Anna's vision of that outcome of what you want, right? That helps to push you through all the tough times, the challenges. And for me, it's when I hear both your stories, a phrase just comes to mind: your purpose is definitely greater than your pain.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
So
Cheers again, is it? Okay, come let's cheers again. Every time when there's a good statement from you, my cheers.
So I see when your purpose is clear, then no matter what the challenge is, what the skills are lacking in, right? What is the pain points, you will definitely overcome it. And that's where when I started in sales and marketing, right? And I graduated in biomedical sciences, and I was so geared to move into this career of science and technology, etc. But I wasn't. I couldn't see the purpose for me in that industry. Yeah, and I was contemplating a lot of things at that point. And there was one moment where I thought back of my experiences, especially in school, and I realized, hey, I really enjoyed working and growing my juniors. So I was giving tuition for free, right? And I was doing pembimbing rakan sebaya. In those days you have student counselors, and then I enjoyed that buddy mentoring part of it, and that's where it sort of pushed me into looking at, I want to work in the people development area, right? But I didn't have the qualifications, and nobody was willing to give me a chance. Yeah. And I kept knocking on doors. I sent out hundreds of CVs to HR asking for this chance, but I didn't have the skills. So that's where what Lily said earlier, how do you look at the skills that you have to help you open a door or a window to it?
Yes.
And that's where I had the opportunity from our ex-company, where it was a hybrid between business development or sales, which I had the experience already, and trainer and in training. And that's how it wasn't easy, like you say, it wasn't easy. It took me also about 6-7 years to transition. So when people talk about, hey, I want to transition my career, this is no longer what I need to do, etc., I don't enjoy it, they expect things overnight.
Yeah.
But you got to do a lot of processing, a lot of homework, research, and to see how you're going to get there. And it's not going to be overnight. Yeah.
And sometimes you may find that what you like may not meet your financial needs.
Oh, yes,
So you like doing it, but it's not earning you income.
Yes,
and then you have to make
The reality, the reality.
Yeah.
Hi, welcome to Se-Ibu, a podcast where we gather working moms for the working moms. So here is where we share a lot of things from what we know, what we experience, and what we learn from the work we do. So, if you like, please remember to subscribe and like our podcast.
Yeah.
So let me share with you my story. It's quite interesting. After working in the corporate side, in the finance side for a number of years, I wanted to call it quits because I was so burdened with work. And after that, I got pregnant with my first child. So when I got pregnant with my first child, I immediately signed up for a master's. I know that's a little bit crazy, but I felt that if I didn't do it,
something your baby told you, right? No, just kidding.
If I don't do it now, I will never do it. Okay, so prior to that, I actually went for an interview to be a PA, personal assistant, to one of the bosses in a local college. But I think she wanted more like a maid come slave at that time. So she wanted me to buy her food and then arrange it in her beautiful plate, like fine dining style. She doesn't want me to plop the stuff on there. It has to be nicely decorated with a tall glass of beverage and all this stuff, right? So my husband was saying, and then she told me that I had to work until 9 every day, which then my husband said she might as well put a camp bed there for you. Okay? So I thought, okay, I need to move on from where I am. And that's why I signed up for the master's. And my intention was to do lecturing because I was pregnant and I thought that when my child came, maybe I could still earn a decent income as a lecturer and I could be a part-time lecturer. And you needed at least a master's to teach diploma or degree level at that stage. Nowadays, I think most have PhDs. So anyway, it was during that time that one of my lecturers, I had one of my lecturers, his name is Nagapan. So he's my mentor and he's the one who started me in training.
Wow, nice.
And he was really different from other lecturers. I remember it's called personal competency. That's what he taught. And I enjoyed every class. And I asked him, what's so different about you? What made you so different? Then he told me that, well, I'm a trainer. I said, wow, I would like to be like you. I would like to be a trainer too.
Nice.
And true to the word, when he had an opportunity, he allowed me to train as well. So one day he got me to train a company in Putrajaya. And he is a really kind person. Gave me all the materials. He gave me 4 books to read where he got the materials from. Those days we cannot use
no internet.
And then he gave me a thick book that says new games that trainers play. Now you just Google. But he gave me that. On top of that, he fetched me from my house to the client's office in Putrajaya. I live in PJ then. So it was so far away and introduced me to the client so that I wouldn't get lost. And if I had questions about the materials, I could just call him and ask. So he was such a good mentor. And I think that I did well and I really enjoyed it. So that was how I got my first taste of training and I've been doing that since. I really like that. So I had a
Very
big
nice.
push in that sense. But I think the values that I got from him was to share, not to be stingy in that sense. And I'm always more than happy to share, even in the personal life or at work and so on. So to me, that was my story of how I became a trainer. So yeah, just to share.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Good to kind of like I mean, it's such a blessing to have bumped into a mentor and kind of like
Exactly.
open that door for you to see, hey, that's really what I like, and allow you to experience it yourself.
Exactly.
Because sometimes when we say we like, we thought we like may not be what you like
Exactly.
after you have
It's like
really done
you
it.
studied to be an engineer or a doctor or a pilot. Then I suddenly find out I don't like flying.
Yes. I thought that
that
experience was so precious.
Yeah.
Anybody.
Anyone.
Yeah,
So there's
anyone.
no wrong decision. We just have to move on from there.
Yeah. True.
That's where I'm coming from. So on your side, maybe just to look at it, like what you have gathered so far in your journey, was there anything that at home or at work that you use interchangeably? Like for example, the skills you learned at work, did you use it for your home? Okay? And vice versa. So for me, for example, personality profiling, creativity, all that lah. I've used it on my husband, my kids.
All right.
When I learn something new, I'm so happy to test it on my family. So,
Yeah. Okay. Wow. I've got this real story which I always share in my class, especially when I'm doing coaching. Well, I think in coaching we learn about different probing skills, right? So one of it is skill probing. Skill probing, 1 to 10, where are you, and that kind of thing. So when my girl was younger, that time she was about 2-3 years old, I started to use a skill question with her. But 2-3 years old, she doesn't know even the numbers, right? So I converted it into a gesture. So say for example, at that age as mom, we are very afraid of when they complain here pain, that pain, wherever pain. Now we don't know how serious that pain was, right? So whenever she complain here pain, that pain, so I will go to her and ask, okay, like this means a little bit of pain, okay? Mom hug you and you will be all right. Like this means you have to go to hospital now. Where are you? So, so my girl has been using this skill question to reply those signals she has and all those things. So very interesting. as we started to use it, she started to know how this work. So as she grew up, when she was about 5-6 years old, after using this method for about a few years, there was one night when my girl had a fight with the dad. And she was really angry. So she went upstairs. And, like as a mom, we try to play that good guy. So I went upstairs. Are you okay? Like that. Yeah, I said, oh, okay. You really upset. Am I right? Yes. Okay. How upset are you? You know what my girl did? She stood up. And then she turned around.
Very upset.
Very upset.
Already.
Yeah. And more than what she could. She stood up and then she made one big turn. So I know, wow, she must be really upset. So that's one of the ways of how I use my skill trained in class at personal level. But I think it's always how we kind of like take it to the context. Yeah. So I think many people say, can. How? Your girl don't even understand and know what the numbers are and all that. Like you say, we can always be creative. There are 101 options of how we convert it to the one we are talking to. So yeah, it's always applicable. This is just one of the examples.
Right. So fun.
Yeah, that's really a tricky question, because a lot of the things that we share with our participants also come from our real life experiences.
Yeah.
And whether these concepts, theories, and frameworks are something that we also truly believe in. And I think for me, backtrack a little bit, a lot of times when I work on materials, I will look at things that I truly believe in, that I can advocate and that I can see myself practicing.
Right.
Then the story becomes real. Yeah. And I think I do it indirectly, not so directly, because my two boys are so smart to tell me, Mommy, we are not your participants. You don't have to train us.
The same. You also?
Yeah.
You say the same.
That sounds like a coaching question. I'm not going to answer it. So it's a little bit trickier because they know what I do, and in today's social media world, everything is out there, so they pick it up, right? So a lot of times I try to subtly do it without them realizing, and most of the time it's also that role modeling. So we train a lot on values and behavior change. We talk a lot about prioritization and managing expectations. So I guess in those conversations, the lessons sort of like come out for them. Yeah. But I always get that red signal like this. But no.
To say no very early on.
Early on.
Yeah. Interesting. The moment when they see you put on the trainer's hat and start to use that to others. Okay, all right.
Okay, so one last question.
Sure.
If let's say you were to take something that you use at home, like a skill or a technique used at home that can work well at work.
Oh,
Yeah.
the
What
other
would
way.
it be, and how would you put it into practice at work?
How would I put it in practice at work?
From home to work, is
Yeah. Something that you use at home to work. How can you use it?
It sounds like I got nothing. I can't bake, and then I can't. I'm trying to go through my list of what I do good at home.
Oh, very interesting. A friend of mine told me this before. Perfection is in the imperfections.
Oh, come on, cheers. Okay, there's a lot. Perfection. Okay, all right.
So, with that in mind, the vulnerable stories that you can share from your real life
Yes.
at work, right, with your participants, with your coaches, or even with your clients, to share how your own observations happen in real life, makes it real for them.
Oh, yeah.
It doesn't give you that high horse and pedestal that, oh, you're Mr. Trainer, Miss Trainer, you know it all, etc. You know?
I think we are far from it, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And
right.
and it makes you relatable to them,
Yeah.
that they can learn from your own stories and your own mistakes.
Yeah, true also. Yeah, I think mine would be similar to Shireen. So, and what I add on to the participants will be something like this, because I find the skill set we train are mainly soft skills, right? So, if you only expect to clock into office, then only you apply it, you will never pick it up at the mastery level.
Absolutely.
So only when
Yeah.
you kind of like use it at home, use it at work, you don't think that it is a to-do. So it's part of your life, it's part of you already. So I use that to encourage my participants to use it.
Right. Okay, for me personally, it's about personality profiling. I love personality profiling, body language, and EI. Those are my favorite. So I will use my kids as examples, my husband, and analyze them. And I do that a lot, even to their better half and so on. And I find that is very helpful when I go to work, because it helps me profile people without being creepy. Without being creepy in that sense. I do that a lot, and it really helps me in answering questions from participants on certain role plays, or like, my boss is this and this. How do I relate to my boss? And at times they'll be so amazed how I can come up with it so easily, because I just tell them I live with one. So it's easy. So in that sense, it's from what I learned and from what I practice at home, I can bring it to my participants. So that's how I used it.
All right.
All right. So, okay, ladies, time for our pop. Okay.
Okay.
So on myth number 2, you must love what you do. Do you agree with this statement?
Mine will be like this: only take away the mask.
Like that.
Cool. Okay, thank you so much, ladies, and I'll see you in the next episode.
All right. Thank
Thank
you.
you.